This is Pat Cashman. This is not a bulletin. It's an interruption in the show, but it's not a bulletin. That's because there has not, I repeat, not been an earthquake this evening. Nothing at all. Standing by is Bob Nelson. Bob, what's the story on injuries tonight?
Well, nothing, because there hasn't been an earthquake.
All right, fair enough. Tracy Conway, have you seen any structural damage tonight? Cracks, that sort of thing?
No, none at all. Exactly the kind of thing you'd expect when there hasn't been an earthquake.
All right, and again, let us stress that there has been no earthquake. Kim Evie is at the seismology lab at the University of Washington. What's the story there, Kim?
There is no story. No earthquake tonight. Alongside me is seismologist Joe Fiala. Joe, do you see any seismic activity? He sees nothing.
And that's exactly what we would expect on a night where there has been no, and again, let us stress, no earthquake. So that seems to be the... Wait a moment. Steve Wilson has a breaking development. Go ahead, Steve.
Well, actually, I was going to mention that the Richter scale has just registered 0.0, nothing.
So, Steve, you're saying...
No earthquake.
No earthquake. All right, then, that seems to confirm it. And again, details remain a bit sketchy, as you might expect, but it does appear, and again, we can only tell you what we know so far, but almost certainly it does appear that there has not been an earthquake tonight. So stay with Almost Live. We will not have continuing coverage because, after all, there has not, I repeat, not been an earthquake this evening. We now return to our regular format.
I'm so happy. It's so great to be back on the air this week. As you know, we were bumped last week because of the big Seattle earthquake, which happened last week, which caused literally dozens of dollars in damage. I mean, it was just incredible. I actually consider myself to be one of the big victims of the quake because ever since the Kobe quake, I've been trying to console my wife, Marilee, she wants us to move to Ellensburg. Ever since that quake happened, I'm afraid there's going to be an earthquake. She was saying for a week, there's going to be an earthquake here. I kept saying, no, there's not going to be an earthquake. There won't be an earthquake. She said, we've got to move to Ellensburg, and then there won't be. And when it hit, everybody here was screaming, earthquake, and I was screaming, oh, my God, Ellensburg. I was like, oh, I'm going to Ellensburg. I'm a victim in this, is what I'm saying. But basically, people were staggering all over the Seattle area, except for Pioneer Square, because people there walked straight for the first time in several years. It was just like, quake stopped, and it was just like, it's all right. We're right there. There actually was some serious damage because of the earthquake. Starbucks reported that it could end up costing them millions. It's because someone was trying to drink a hot coffee when the quake hit, and they spilled it. Right, no, I know, yeah. I know. You all heard about that, apparently. That's right. Some woman in California is suing Starbucks because she spilled coffee all over herself. She says it's Starbucks' fault because they didn't adequately explain to customers how to use their products. I know it's funny, but Starbucks taking it very seriously because you remember last year when McDonald's had to pay a customer a couple $1 million because she spilled McDonald's coffee all over herself, which... not a pretty picture, just even, anyway, no. I won't go any farther with that. Anyway, they don't want that to happen, so starting this week, everyone who orders coffee at a Starbucks stand has to have a background check and a 7-day waiting period. That's just off the top. Also, oh good, they support that. Also, every cup of coffee is going to come with a manual, and there's going to be warning labels just like on packs of cigarettes, for rotating warning labels like these. For example, warning, contents can burn the hell out of your crotch. That'll be warning. Warning, please don't drink this if you're prone to spilling and lawsuits. Warning, the sky is falling. No, just kidding, but the coffee is pretty hot. And finally, warning, hot. Yow, ooh, ow, yeza, ay, yay, yay, yay. Ay, yay, yay. And at every Starbucks stand, before you consume the coffee, you've got to watch a new special training film, which I believe I think we have a clip from that. Can we show that? We've got a clip from that new training film.
Congratulations on your purchase of this delicious hot coffee beverage from Starbucks. Remember, a cup of coffee fitted with a plastic lid is a complex device and can appear daunting at first. This instructional film will demonstrate the right way and the wrong way to consume your hot Starbucks coffee. Here, Nancy, an experienced coffee consumer, approaches her hot Starbucks coffee. After ensuring that the lid is securely fastened to the cup, she locates the small pre-punched hole near the edge of the plastic. Smart Nancy realizes that this is the hole through which the hot coffee will flow when the cup device is inverted. She then carefully aligns the hole with her lips, inverts the cup device, and takes a small sip, remembering at all times that coffee is hot. Nancy is a wise consumer of Starbucks coffee. Ned, on the other hand, is confused and frightened by the plastic lid on his cup of hot Starbucks coffee. Therefore, Ned removes the lid and, forgetting that coffee is a hot beverage, proceeds to pour the coffee into his crotch. Screaming in pain, Ned then calls his attorney. Ned is an idiot. We hope this film has been useful. Now, enjoy your Starbucks coffee. And remember, coffee is hot, so don't pour it on your crotch like an idiot.
Okay, well, hopefully that should solve the problem. There'll be no more lawsuits because, you know, people can be awfully touchy where money is concerned. In fact, something happened just last Sunday that really drove that point home. I want to take a look.
Hey. Yep. Yeah, when you get a second over there, you want to take a look and tell me how much we got left?
How much what?
Money! Money!
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, right. Well, looks like about 2 handfuls.
That looks like 1 handful to me.
Well, yeah, I guess. You think they're going to be mad?
Oh, no. I think they're going to be really okay with it.
Listen to the
Yes,
Yeah, is this the Kensington?
Kensington.
Kensington House. Is Travis here?
Oh, yeah. Honey, there's someone here to see you.
Oh, you're not wearing a bra, are you?
Honey?
Hey, Trav, my name's Francis. This is Rodney. You ordered some magazines?
Yeah, horticultural periodicals.
Yeah, well, we're from the Publishers Clearinghouse.
Oh, we paid in advance.
Oh, I mailed it.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, it's okay. You won, okay?
Won what?
The contest, the sweepstakes.
We won the... We
The
won a
check?
free-
They sent you guys with the
We're the
check?
winners?
Yeah.
You guys with
Oh,
the
my
check?
God.
Oh my
Well,
God!
no, it's cash.
Are you
actually.
cash?
$10 million
In cash?
It's a little bit less than 10 million, all right?
How much?
I guess.
9 million?
$9 million?
Cash?
Nah, a little lower. It's a little lower.
What, 8.5 million? Or... That's okay.
Now, we got about $600. You know, I mean, I haven't counted it all, but it looks to me to be in the neighborhood of $600.
This is for you. Where's the rest of it? Well, we lost.
No. What he means is we got lost. I mean, we've been driving around. We've been looking for this place. It's not very clearly marked. We didn't know where you lived, and we got hungry. We got to eat, and we met these guys, and they introduced us to these girls.
They were
and
hookers.
It was just a bad.
600 out of $10 million? Wait a minute, I've seen those checks. They're huge things. You can't cash them.
You can't cash those.
Well, that's what most people think. But I know this one guy, and he works at the bank.
Honey, call the police.
Hey, you don't have to be such a jerk about this. You want to know how much most people win in this contest? Nothing. Zip, man.
I
Come
don't
on.
care. You can't get away with
Oh,
this.
man, we're not. Give him his balloons. Get out of here.
Yeah, I think that went pretty well.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, they were cool.
Yeah.
Hey, fish me up another one of those beers, will you?
Import?
You know it.
All right, stay with us. We've got a great show, and we'll be right back.
And now, from an underground bunker outside Anaconda, Montana, it's time for another episode of The Survivalist. Brought to you by Simpson Cutlery. The only thing we're guilty of is sharpness. And by the Church of the Triumphant Universal Order. Of course we do weddings. Shotgun weddings. And now, here's your host, Tex Rayner.
Howdy, welcome to the show. First of all, for those of you who tuned in expecting to see the 2-hour My Two Dads reunion show, that'll be shown at 11:30 tomorrow, right after Martha Stewart cooks with vodka. Well, last week, about this time, we all had a little scare. The earth trembled a little bit. Well, this was yet another sign of the impending apocalypse, like the floods in Europe and Oprah Winfrey admitting that she smoked cocaine. I, of course, am suitably prepared for any catastrophe with plenty of necessities like distilled drinking water, heavy-duty Duracell batteries, and, of course, snack-packed vanilla pudding. I've also been keeping the 300-cubic-foot walk-in freezer stocked with a truckload of these. Linda McCartney's home-cooking frozen dinners. I know what you're thinking. She's a left-wing vegetarian flake who can't sing. But I gotta say, she makes a pretty damn good pasta primavera. Let me tell you another thing. I've been downing this Zima stuff like there's no tomorrow. Which is still a very strong possibility, by the way. This stuff could take a huge hit of radiation, and it's still not going to affect the taste. Now, don't get me wrong. I have ventured into the outside world a few times. I caught a couple of movies. Let me recommend Little Women. After a tough day of cleaning guns, prepare to be charmed. I also got the Survivalist Humvee out of the underground silo, hightailed it to Vegas to make my Super Bowl bet. Let me tell you, I cleaned up. I had San Diego in 85 points. And since I was there, I also took the 7-2 odds that Tracy Lords will become a regular cast member on Melrose Place. Of course, as usual, the Super Bowl was boring as hell, so everybody was talking about the commercials. Okay, the Pepsi ads were pretty good, the Nike ad was okay, but for my money, there will never be a better commercial than that one with that little chuck wagon going by that doggy. Now that was cute. Well, it's time to take a phone call. Let's see what Clint from Oak Harbor, Washington has to say. Go ahead, Clint.
Yeah, Tex, I was wondering, now that Brian Tracy has left that evening magazine, do you have any interest in taking that position?
Oh, that's a very good question, Clint. You know what? I have no desire to leave the safe, secluded underground Eden that I live in for the crime-ridden streets of Seattle. Besides, my hair doesn't look very good blow-dried. All right, now it's time for this week's Top 5 Threats to Freedom. Number 5, Brad Pitt. I'm sick of this guy. Number 4, bumper stickers that say, my kid's an honor student at such and such elementary school. Number 3, free buffalo wings when you order Domino's pizza. Who the hell ever decided that was a good idea? Number 2, exercise infomercials. Although, you ought to try my new Survivalist Abdominizer. 3 minutes a day to a stronger and better looking stomach. And the number 1 threat to freedom this week, pink M&Ms. Well, that's about all the time we've got left here on the show. You won't be seeing me for a while. I'm going to hang out here, safe in the bunker. Although, if the baseball strike continues, I am on the Seattle Mariners replacement squad. Until next time, remember the words of famous survivalist Rock Grundy. When the missiles hit, make sure you're stocked up on Cheetos and Uma Thurman movies. I'm out of here.
amplification for Almost Live provided by American Music. Now open in Tacoma.
I like Cascade Antifreeze because my pets can drink it and it won't hurt them.
Other antifreezes can kill your pets.
I sure wouldn't want that to happen to my dog. Would you?
What, do you want to kill your dog?
I'm a little confused here. I mean, why have a dog in the first place if you're just going to kill it?
Hello, talking to you, animal killer.
You're gonna kill your dog! You are one sick little puke, you know that?
You shouldn't even be allowed to have pets. You should be a pet. We should make you drink one of those other antifreezes.
I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. I don't know what you're thinking.
My dog can drink Cascade Antifreeze when he's thirsty, but not your dog. Oh no, you'd kill him, you stupid bastard!
You're gonna kill your dog!
Why would you buy an antifreeze that could kill your dog? Are you insane?
I just wish you were here right now so I could punch you right in the face!
Why would you want to kill your dog? I mean, what's the point of having a little poochie in the first place if you're just gonna let it drink antifreeze and die?
What if you're sleeping and your dog goes out to the car, pries open the hood, twists off the little radiator gun, and starts slurping up all the antifreeze, and then you go out and you find him there the next morning? How are you gonna feel, huh? Answer me!
Ask for Cascade Antifreeze.
What, you want to kill your dog?
Good evening and welcome to the John Report. I'm John. Here's my report. Well, a study announced this week says that the average size of salmon has shrunk up to 27% over the last 12 years. Some local restaurants have tried to keep their customers from noticing by hiring smaller waiters. Buyers of Viacom Cablevision have reached an agreement with TCI to consolidate both companies in the Puget Sound area under the name Puget Sound Cable. Representatives of both companies say that once the agreement is in place, there should be no noticeable change in the way customers get screwed. Cairo's John Procaccino will be playing a defrocked alcoholic priest in a Tacoma production of Tennessee Williams' Night of the Iguana. Procaccino said he originally wanted the role of the iguana, but it went to Ken Schramm. Senator Dwight Pelz of Seattle is introducing a bill that would allow first cousins to marry if the woman is at least 50 years old. Senator Pelz said he got the idea during a recent fact-finding trip to West Virginia. Anthropologists have found evidence that human beings lived along the Oregon coast much earlier than previously thought. The most convincing find was a 3,000-year-old ox cart with a Sea Lion's Cave bumper sticker. A Pearl Jam spokesperson said the group would like to play Memorial Stadium during this year's Bumbershoot. Bumbershoot officials say that they'd first like to try to get a really top-name act like Paul Revere and the Raiders. A Seattle company is now selling boxer shorts made out of hemp. The company says the hemp shorts will give a whole new meaning to the phrase, "My underwear is riding a little high." An environmental activist chained himself to a sea lion cage at Shill Shoal this week. A Shill Shoal employee said he'll always remember the surprised look on the man's face as they lowered the cage into the water. Finally, the city of Kent plans to publicize the names of people convicted of soliciting prostitutes on the city's cable channel 28. Coincidentally, the name of the show will be The John Report. This has been The John Report. Thank you.
Love, rock star, trendsetter, genius. But what people remember is my big red mouth. I don't like what you're wearing! No! That's why I wear Courtney Color lipstick. It's red, obnoxious, and it lasts. It's really red! It's real, it's totally red! And it's wet, too, and it's sticky! It's the stick lipstick you could get. It's color that makes a statement even when you can't. What are you doing here? Buzz off! Courtney Color, get in my face.
All right. Well, that's just about the amount of time we had for this week's show. I just want to make sure, I'm so happy that we were able to get through this without any trembling. Does anyone feel any trembling at all? No, okay, good. In that case, no, not at all. No, well, Courtney, it's okay, calm down. No, you good? All right, well, anyway, we'll see you next week, and that's all. And just everybody, stay in doorways, and just, we'll see you next week for more.